Good evening, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. This is Sunday, the 5th of June. We'll be going over what to look for in the week ahead here on GJ as well as Gold. So last week, not the greatest week for London session. We had two bank holidays, Thursday and Friday. We did also have a US bank holiday on Monday, and pretty tricky week with high impact news later in the week as well. There was definitely movement to take advantage of, which we did, especially on Friday. So, touching on this week, in terms of news, we really do not have too much. Monday, we've got nothing here. Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, we have unemployment claims for USD at 2:30. And then Friday will be the focus for the week, core CPI for USD. Okay, so keeping in mind that will be our focus for the week, we may see some consolidation this week here on gold. So we have, of course, rejected this area here, okay, on the weekly time frame. Week before last, we had this bullish candle push up into this level and this exhaustion wick. Last week, we pushed back up into that level, pushed all the way down, broke the low, but we ended up pulling back and closing a bearish doji. So definitely showing signs of rejection to this area, and you can expect to see, once price breaks this low of last week, to move down back into support here. But looking on the slightly lower time frames, we do actually sit in consolidation. Okay, so just looking at the weekly here, our bias is bearish for the week, but we need to take into account what is going on here on the lower time frames. So for the time being, I will only be looking for sells. We've got a support here on a 4-hour, which we are moving into slowly, and looking left here, we have a nice target. So if we can break below the support, we should see a push down into the low of last week, and like I say, below that level we should get some nice bearish momentum and possibly push back down into some sort of support level here. So once we break that low, looking left, we do have some clean traffic to mirror all the way down into 1814, 1815. After that, we do have a rejection at that level, and we've got another level slightly lower here, although this range is about 60 pips. But below 18, let's say 1809, below 1809, you've got clean traffic back down to the support here at 1800 or 1799. So that's pretty much your analysis here on the higher time frames for gold. Only really looking for sells at the moment, but like I say, you could see price just end up ranging within these areas here. And if that's the case, then, zooming in, you can certainly catch bars on the lower time frame, but at this moment in time, you would want to see some sort of, a tap into support, and then a confirmation or bullish structure to form. You do have like fairly clean traffic moving back up. If we, let's say, form a resistance here, push down, break above this resistance, then you have clean traffic moving up here. So like I say, the bias is bearish. If we do end up trading in this range in the beginning of the week, we will just wait for low time frame structure to see if we get those buy opportunities. But for now, sticking to the bias, the higher time frame bias, with the weekly candle closing bearish here. And like I say, definitely showing signs of rejection to this area at 1870. Your monthly candle, keep in mind your monthly candle here. We closed bearish last month with a long wick to the bottom here. We've had a nice pull up early in the month. We've tapped into this previous monthly wick here, you can see, so that will be a significant area on your lower time frames. Okay, you can see a lot of rejection around that area to possibly flip, and that flip is most likely to come this week, especially with CPI coming up. So these numbers, they are looking at mixed numbers here. We'll just have to see when that comes. But if those results push gold down, you could possibly see this candle flip bearish or break its own low and begin to fill this wick here. So that's it for gold. Here on GJ, we also have a very strong bullish candle closure. So looking at this, quite clear to see here, we should begin to move back up to this high this coming week. Looking here on a daily, we have this resistance area. Okay, a lot of wicks in this area we are in right now. But looking at this daily resistance, we did close above, and we have stayed above on Friday last week. So looking here on a 4-hour, we closed pretty bearish the last 4 hours of last week. I would expect to see, because of this candle closure, price to possibly push further down, possibly Asian session for Monday. But the bias here is bullish, so we'll wait for that lower wick to form. Probably to get the lower bottom wick for the weekly candle here. We've had quite a strong push up, so you could see price move back into an area around here, 1862, to form that lower wick. And as you can see, that is kind of the range. Excuse me. This range over here. So we could see price break back into that range, form that lower wick for the week, and then as we flip bullish on that weekly, we should begin to drive up here to the weekly high, and then after that we've got a target all the way up here at 167. You'll see this level on a lower time frame is an area of support. We've got fairly clean traffic here on a lower time frame leading up to that level. You can see there are levels here to be aware of, but we'll dive deeper into that in the live stream. So if you do want to see how these breakdowns play out during the week, pop on the live stream at 8 a.m. and we will do fresh analysis. So pretty much expecting something like this, a wick to form and then for us to push up to some of these highs. So that's GJ, and then like I say on gold, you could be looking at a bit of consolidation in the beginning of the week. We are in a fairly big range, so you could expect to see some opportunity within this range on the lower time frames. Other than that, like I say, we're looking for a bearish continuation this week. So yeah, should be a pretty good week, a lot cleaner than last week. So excited to get into it. I'll see you guys on Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining. Leave a thumbs up on the video and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys this week. Cheers everyone.